DinoPod.
Hello and welcome to another episode of DinoPod.
Yes.
I'm doing the intro for once.
I know. Amazing. Must be the new year.
New Year's resolutions. Oh wait, that was last week.
It's the second week of the year, so
everyone...
people are so hopeful that they'll actually go to the gym.
You say that, but do you think they've actually got hope?
Yes.
No, they haven't.
It's a new decade.
I know, we're supposed to have hover cars and, supposed to have, things that float around, and you're supposed to have, futuristic stuff by now. Yet we don't.
We do. We have the iPhone. That's futuristic.
Well, the most futuristic thing we've got is Elon Musk and his Cybertruck, which looks
terrible.
Which looks like it's fallen out of a PS1 game.
It's so bad.
I want one.
Of course you do.
Tell me why wouldn't you want one?
Because it looks terrible. Also, I don't need a truck.
Why do you not need a truck?
Why would I need a truck?
Tell me why you don't need a truck.
Because I'm not going off-road or some shit.
Maybe you get stuck bogged down in mud one day.
Sure.
Okay, so...
Anyway.
2020 is Rita's buying a Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, we're going to put Timmy in the Cybertruck.
And drive him far, far away. No.
He's back here again.
No.
We've been sat here
Timmy.
watching Adventure in Space and Time for 20 minutes, and he's done nothing. As soon as he starts saying anything.
Thank you, Timmy. Okay.
Yeah, it's a new decade. Have you got any New Year's resolutions?
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes.
I said in last episode.
Yeah, but have you stuck to them?
Yes. Yes, I have.
You haven't?
Yes, I have.
You haven't?
Yes, I have.
Tell me how you've stuck to them.
I've watched new movies every single day.
Awesome. So we're recording this in December.
No, we're not.
And because of that, whatever Rita's just said, is either true or
a huge lie.
I'm going to go for the second one.
Sure.
Because, yeah. Anyway.
We're continuing Rocky Month.
Rocky Month, because you're supposed to be at the gym, getting fit, getting healthy, getting back into the new decade.
Yeah, I think we run that joke to the ground on the last one. On the first episode of Rocky Month.
Rocky Month. Recorded 2 days after. But Rocky Month.
You don't need to know that.
Stop it. No.
So we talked about Rocky 1 last week. It was totally last week.
Yep.
So today we're going to talk about the sequel. Rocky 2. Or Rocky II.
There we go. It's Rocky I, Rocky I, Rocky I, and Rocky VI.
IV.
VI. VI is
6.
IV.
There's no 6. There's a bubble.
Okay. Do you know how I remember the numerals which way round?
Clearly you don't, because you keep getting them wrong.
No, do you know how I normally remember?
Yeah.
GTA came out, it wasn't 4. And then 5 wasn't 5. It was numerals. Is that a really shit way of memorizing it?
I guess, because you don't know anything past 5, then.
Yeah, but why do you need to know past 5?
Why don't you know past 5?
Because I'm ignorant.
What's 7?
VII?
What's 10?
X. I know that from the iPhone.
God damn it. What about 9?
VIIII?
No, IX.
Yeah, because you'd have X as 10 and then you'd put 4.
A 1.
You put 1 in front, which doesn't make sense.
What?
Could you?
So you have X, which is 10, and then you put...
Then you minus 1, put it on the left.
On the left of
So that
X,
makes
which
9.
means it's X minus 1.
And so the
Which is
iPhone
9.
called iPhone, if it's iPhone 11, that's wrong. It should be iPhone XI.
Yeah.
And it should be iPhone XIS, because technically it was the 10, 10S, 11.
Where's the R one? Wasn't there a 10R?
The XR was the same era as the XS.
Okay.
So it should have been XIS.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
That sounds shit.
Yeah. And that totally has to do with the second movie of Rocky 2.
Well, you never know. He might be the co-founder of Apple.
Maybe.
Steve Jobs was in the ring with Bill Gates.
Yeah. And
We know who won. We know who won.
Who won? In that story. Because on Rocky 1 he loses.
So Rocky number 1.
Is it Rocky Apple or Microsoft?
In Rocky 1, it would have been Steve Jobs. Because he put up a good fight, and then Microsoft just came along, took over, and then he got fired.
Yeah.
And then Steve Jobs came back in Rocky 2, about 10 years later, with the iMac, and he won.
Okay.
And then you'll find out next week on Rocky III what happens.
Mr. T happens.
Mr. T.
What?
The A-team turn up.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do I have in my head the whole of the A-team in a boxing match?
I don't know. I don't understand.
With Steve Jobs in one corner being like the coach, and then Bill Gates in the other. Anyway, let's move on. So your phone is full of cat hair, and your trousers are full of.
Timmy.
Okay, so Rocky number deuce.
What's number deuce?
I don't know. It just sounded cool. Just continue.
So after the success of Rocky 1, the producers were like, we should make more money.
So 10 years
Sounds
later.
reasonable.
So it's about 10... What is it? How many years? 10 years? 7 years?
It's 2 years later.
How many?
2 years.
Really?
Came out in 79.
Yeah, and the first one was 73.
No, 76. So it's 3 years.
I don't believe you.
Is.
You've been going on Tim's Wikipedia again.
No. So Robert Chartoff and Irvin Winkler, those were the producers of Rocky 1. They...
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
What
was I thinking of 73 for?
I don't know. They started planning the sequel, which was, once again, written by Sylvester Stallone. But since the director from the first one, fuck off to do something else.
Because that's what you do when there's loads of money on a table.
And I think he had another project going on. I can't remember what.
What? How? That's bullshit.
What? What's bullshit? They had another project, or I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So they petitioned kind of for Sylvester Stallone to be a director for this one. Because Sylvester Stallone wants to direct, but the studio was like, I don't know.
Can you stand over there? And stand over there.
Everyone's like, what?
Can you give me a wide shot?
But the studio was like, I'm not so sure about that. Because he directed another movie called Paradise something, which he also wrote. But that was a huge flop. So maybe not.
Did he?
And the producers were, maybe yes.
Big question. Did he have the main lead actor of Rocky?
No. Although he starred in it.
No, the main... Who's the lead?
It was not Rocky.
No, that's not the main actor in Rocky.
What?
Who's the focal point of Rocky?
Are we talking about Adrian? Adrian! No, I did not have Sylvester Stallone shouting, Adrian! So you're right, that was a
I want that as a soundbite.
Sure. So after some convincing, the studio was like, okay, Sylvester Stallone can be the director.
Did he direct it?
He was the director for this one. He directed and wrote Rocky 2, which... I think he also directed Rocky 3. I'm not sure. Yeah, so after that, he directed like Rocky 3 and 4, and maybe 5.
3 definitely. 4. Yeah, he directed that as well.
Yeah.
What about?
And he wrote every single one.
What about Balboa?
About what? Barbar.
Balboa.
Okay.
He directed that as well.
Balboa.
Yeah. No. Rocky Balboa.
Are you sure he directed Balboa?
Yes.
Okay, if you say so. I forgot. Okay, so he was made
He
director.
didn't direct Creed 2.
No.
Did he?
He wrote it, I think.
And he didn't direct Creed 1.
Okay.
So...
Let's go back to Rocky 2.
Okay.
So everyone also came back. Adrian! Played by Talia Shire. Burt Young, who played Polly. Carl Weathers, playing Apollo Creed. And Burgess Meredith, who played Mickey. They all came back for the sequel. Which is good, because sometimes they like recast people and like, who's this? Which happened with Iron Man. From Iron Man 1 to Iron Man 2, they recast... what's his name? God damn it! This is embarrassing.
I'm not helping you.
Oh my god, I know this.
I've got another time that they've
Oh my god.
recast an actor.
Iron Patriot, but it has another name. War Machine.
War Machine.
So yeah, like in the first movie, he's played by one actor. In the second movie, he's played by a different actor. Which I cannot remember their names, I apologize. And the second actor is better. Anyway.
Which is very, very uncommon. Usually the first one's good. The best. And then the next one is shit.
The sequel wasn't as good as the first one. But,
or it's like
the actor was better.
Or it's like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Where you cast one actor. And then you get replaced. And then they come back. Okay. And then apparently nothing's changed.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Bzz.
Bzz. I'm sorry. I think that was both of ours. So Rocky 2 was released in June 15th, 1979 with the $7 million budget. So a little bit of an upgrade. They should have better effects. Which they don't. I don't know. I don't understand where the $6 million went. Because it looks basically the same. Let's be honest.
All the actors probably went...
probably went to
we can make so much money.
We're famous now. Give us money.
That was the worst accent. That was okay, I can say this for the first time ever. That was racist, Rita.
I don't know what that was. I apologize. It was kind of Italianish. Trying to be Italian. Okay. And it made $200 million worldwide. So it made less money than the first one.
Still a shitload of money.
For then, yeah. But less than the other one. It was the third highest grossing, I think. Yeah. What? Mitchell, why are you sending texts somewhere to a group chat? Focus.
Because it totally isn't the day of the election.
Focus. It's not, of course, not the day of the election. That would mean that we're recording to the same day. That make no sense. My God, get a grip on yourself. Where was I? Right, so, onto the movie. Can I just say, the first 5 minutes of Rocky 2, or Rocky II, completely useless. A waste of time. A waste of everyone's time.
Yeah.
Like, why do you replay the last scene of your first movie on the second movie?
Because if it ain't broke,
no.
What don't you fix?
It doesn't add anything. We know that he lost, and his face was pounded. It's just 5 minutes.
No, do you know what happened?
Where you can fall asleep.
Stallone was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replay it. It was really good.
Okay, maybe we should stop. Good. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough voices for...
Yeah. That's enough voices for today. Except when you say...
I've given up. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. So, why do not... They could have started with the ambulances getting to the hospital. And it would have been perfectly fine. It wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, but
literally.
But did you also notice
that
the runtime of that movie and the first one was basically the same?
Yeah.
Was it Stallone just being like really awkward and we're like, right, the first one was 2 hours.
So this one needs to be 2 hours.
2 hours. Shit, we got 5 minutes we need to do. You remember what we... No, sorry. Do you remember what we did last time? Yeah, let's just add that to the beginning and also, it will be fine.
I'm very cold again. What's happening? I think the temperature lowered 5 seconds. 5 degrees. Anyway.
We now record temperature in seconds.
Stop it.
It's 30 seconds outside. And it's very rainy, which makes me very second.
I mean, let's see the temperature. It's, I'm not in Luton. Why am I? It's 4 degrees.
Yeah.
And it feels like 0. I can't handle it. Where was I? I can't.
As a British...
Just as I can't handle the first 5 minutes of Rocky 2. I was like, why am I watching this?
That segue was perfect.
Thank you. I liked it too. Probably never going to happen again. Anyway. So we're at the hospital. A nurse comes in. And like, Rocky is like dying. And like, can I get an autograph? I'm like, what?
What? What?
I don't... What?
I'm waiting for your catchphrase.
What?
There you go, thank you.
What? Okay, I'm confused. You confused me. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh. Like, what kind of nurse, a respectable nurse, goes into, like, somebody's room that their eyes, like, messed up and half of their face is, like, melted off. And, like, can I have an autograph? And he's like, sure. He can barely hold a pen. He's like, yeah, I did my job. And then
it looks like he's like writing like they're doing The Simpsons.
Yeah. Okay, it catches went over the microphone if you hear that.
But yeah, I was going to go on a rant about US hospitals, but I realised when the NHS is now sold off to the Americans, so I can't complain. All hail Trump. Continue.
Why would you bring up Trump?
Yeah, no, that was... But imagine if you was in the hospital and you look like a fucking mummy.
Yeah.
And they're like...
A nurse comes in.
So, oh, mate, can I have your autograph, please? Like, you'll be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I almost died. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Also, I know that the theme, when they're going into the hospital, they changed the theme a little bit, but I still like it. The Rocky theme. Did you notice that they changed it?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Okay, first, I have never watched Rocky 2 before we watched it for this, and I might have fell asleep, and I was very tired.
I can't remember if I watched it before or not. Which probably means I didn't.
You didn't watch it, no. Or did you watch it in Portuguese? And
no, I definitely did not.
And you don't, and you just don't remember.
No,
the most iconic phrase of all time.
Adrian?
No,
I definitely did not watch it in Portuguese. But I'm not sure if I watched it or not. Stop looking at my notes.
Okay, I can read upside down.
Sure you can. Can you? I can. Most of the time.
And I can definitely read without my glasses. So this is going very well.
Okay.
This is all sarcasm because I can't read fuck all on there.
Okay. Can we continue then? So Rocky goes into Apollo's room. I don't know how or where. Like, how did he know where Apollo's room was?
I can just imagine, if this was real life, I can imagine having someone walk around
Also, wouldn't he like?
Excuse me, mate. Are you Apollo by any chance?
Yeah, because like in the dark. Also,
no. I'm fucked. I've got like I'm eating out of a straw.
I'm in a coma.
Just imagine. It's like, how did you break out of a coma? Rocky turned up and asked if I was Apollo, and they're like, okay, I think this guy's got brain damage.
Sounds about right. But like, shouldn't he be hooked up to machines like maybe with an IV, or those things like measure your heartbeat and
what, Apple Watch?
Blood pressure? Yeah. Like, shouldn't we hook up to stuff?
Are we replacing all the medical things in the future? This is the eye hospital. You just get hooked up to an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
You've got a MacBook sitting next to you with a broken keyboard because they still haven't fixed it.
Yeah.
Your name's Rocky. Hold on. Is your name Oki? The R's broken and they don't want to replace it because we're Apple.
Okay.
Okay.
So he goes into Apollo's room.
Tim Cook, please do not.
And asks him.
Please make the eye hospital. Thank you.
No. And asked him if. What did he ask him? It was
like, did you give me your best shot?
Yeah.
And he's like.
Apollo was like, yeah.
Like, yeah, man. I gave him a
totally.
Totally.
Even though I showed up as Uncle Sam. And thought this was a joke and probably didn't try him that much. I gave you best shot.
Yeah.
Sure.
It reminds me when we ask someone like something and then you go, did you really do revision? Yes, miss. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, so what revision did you
do? Math.
Math? I read a book. 2 + 2 = 15. It's like, okay, we've not found out the fact that he's not done revision. We found out that he's a fucking idiot. Yeah. So what does Rocky have? And yeah, he's a dislocated retina. Something. He can't see out of like the right side of his eye. Basically. He can't see, but like he can't box anymore, or he shouldn't box anymore because if he gets hit again, he might be blinded. Did we find out at the end of it if he did go blind? No, I'm guessing they say something about it on Rocky 3. Coming next week to a DinoPod near you. Rocky, aye. Rocky, aye. With Adrian. Anyway. So he retires. Yep. He leaves the hospital. He meets up with Adrian. And they go to a zoo. And he buys. And he proposes. And then. Very awkward propose. I've never seen a movie proposal done as bad as that in my entire life. Normally there's like this huge scene where like a romantic dinner. He has a ring on his pocket. He's nervous. But Rocky's like, "When you want to marry me? Whatever." And Ariel's like, "Okay." Do you want to be like I don't have anything. Adrian Balboa. Do you want to be Adrian Balboa? And she's like, "I ain't got no choice, mate." Maybe she was pregnant already, so she had no choice. She's like, "This is the 1970s. I'm already pregnant, so it's like I have no choice, mate." Cool. Yeah. So they get married in the church with the 5 people. Like 5 people. It's like a woman. And one of them was the priest. Who was the woman? Who was the bridesmaid? Was she maybe she's the one that also works in the shop, the pet shop that we see like one time? Because I had no idea who that was. He's what's it called? Not groomsman. What's called the guy? Best man. Best man. Yeah, that was Polly. And then Mickey is like sitting down. He's like, "This is tragic. This is like the worst wedding ever." And the ceremony is in Italian, so we know that Rocky speaks Italian. Yeah. No, Adrian doesn't know anything about Italian. She looked very confused. So you just signed your life. So you just signed your life away. He says something like in Italian. She's like, "I do." So, and then they look. Is that the? I'm saying it right. And then they just look around, going. She's like, "Eh, yes." Okay.
Okay. And then Rocky kisses her and like, yay!
Yay! And then like one other clap.
Yeah. That's it. No more clapping.
Yeah, because I don't want to edit clapping out. No, thank you.
That would be a pain in the ass.
Just put canned laughter in right now. Ah.
Okay. So apparently Rocky made a shit ton of money from the fight.
But not as much as we...
Not as much as he thought. Because he buys the car.
Buys the
the
house.
agent is like, do you really need a car? And he's like, yes. Yes, I do.
This is probably why guys watch it so much. Are like, yes! Do you need a car?
He doesn't even know how to drive.
You've never watched it before, but there's people would have watched The In-Betweeners.
Yeah.
There's a scene where one of the characters turn around. So one character is learning to ride a bike, and he knows how to ride a bike, but he's not insured. And another one, like, yeah, I ride bikes all the time, mate. I'm really good at it. He gets on and just drives into a wall.
Yeah.
That is what Rocky did without driving into the wall because the budget probably didn't let him.
Also because, like, the eyesight in his eye is not blind, but it's, like, kind of off. So I don't think he can see very well where he's going.
He said it's blind to the right, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which is fine because they drive on the right side of the road.
But not good when he wants to turn right. Because he can't see if there's anything there.
Just don't turn right.
Fair.
Just if you go down a highway and you need to turn right.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Just get out of your car.
He needs to drive with somebody else always there. To, like, tell him what's going on.
He needs a driving instructor.
Yeah.
He's got little L plates on top of the roof. Hey, Rocky, you learning to drive? Yeah.
Yeah. So he buys a car, and then he buys Adrian a fur coat, and he buys himself a jacket with the tiger on the back. Which, who doesn't need a jacket with a tiger on the back?
Why did he do that? Why did he buy one with a stallion on the back?
Because the tiger was way cooler. And it was the first jacket that he saw, I guess.
He's like, oi, money.
And then they buy some jewelry, I think. Or they buy Polly a watch. Yeah, they buy Polly a watch.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
And then they buy a house.
And
then they have no money. It's basically what happens.
Adrian just turned around and was like, can we afford this? And he's like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the guy's like...
He's like, it's fine, Adrian. It's
fine.
fine, I'm going to do commercials. And then he goes to the commercial and he's horrible with it.
Right, so...
He's like, sir, can you read? He's like, of course, can you read this? I'm like, perfume, something. Buy it.
something.
I don't know if like they like if he's supposed to be like dyslexic or they just want us to think he's dumb.
Didn't he say that? Oh, I learned up to like a 9th grade.
Still, you should know how to read the cue card by 9th grade.
Well, I mean, you say that.
I do say that.
But if you haven't read in a while.
So you're saying after 9th grade he never read a word in his life?
No, for him, he might not read very often.
And maybe he's just dumb, like they said 15 times in the first movie.
No, I'm trying to give Rocky some extra credit.
Okay.
Apart from him being a dumbass.
Yeah. So the commercials don't work out. And they need money. Because
he's dressed up as a fucking Flintstone.
Yeah, like it
doesn't make any sense.
Because like the first one, he's dressed up as a caveman in the cage, and then they go to the next set and it's him in the boxing ring. Like what?
No,
it's the same product.
No, it was just it was all as part of the same production, but different places. and they're like...
But they're all the same, like, cologne or perfume or whatever it was. Why is there, like, 15 different sets?
And the director just fucking lost it. He's like, stop being a dumbass. Please read. It's like
ridiculous.
And then had to go out and get a job. Well, her old job.
Well, first he gets a job at the slaughterhouse.
Oh yeah, I'm jumping ahead. Yeah, I forgot that like short, like 2-minute interlude where he works in a
One
meat
thing
factory.
that really annoyed me, and I took note of it, he sweeps the floor with the fedora on. It's like randomly, like the rest of the day he does not have a fedora, and then when he goes to sweep the floor and clean the floor, he has a fedora on. I don't know why. Are you
offended from people who wear fedoras?
It just makes no sense.
Because Reddit is going to be upset with you.
Makes no sense. Because like he goes into the job wearing it, fine, but like you get to a job, you take off your hat, you put on like whatever you need to put on, which is like a white coat thing, and some gloves or whatever, and then you work. And at the end of the day, when you're about to leave, you put your hat back on and your jacket and you leave. But no, he like halfway through, he puts his hat back on to sweep the floor.
So, I think what happened is this.
I think they just forgot they had it on the scene.
No. What happened was, and it's very simple.
Yeah.
He went out on his lunch break.
Yeah.
So he took his hat.
Yeah.
And he's so dumb, he forgot to take it off.
He forgot to take it off. Makes sense, I guess.
Or he just couldn't see that he was wearing it.
I think they just forgot that he was wearing it. I think that was it.
No, we know what happened. They record it on different days and like, yeah, we think you were wearing it yesterday during the shoot. Just fucking wear it.
Just makes no sense.
The director's like, yeah, he was wearing a hat, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, can we rewatch it? No.
Yeah.
Why?
My theory is that he was fired because he was wearing a hat.
That's a good theory.
Good job. Yeah, that's why he was laid off. Not because he needed to cut down on people, but because he was wearing a hat. Like, clearly this guy's not
hatism.
The guy's not taking his job seriously. Let's fire him.
Or they just saw a guy with a fedora and worried that they was going to get offended.
Yeah.
So they just thought, okay, out you go.
Do we learn that Adrian is pregnant before or after he's laid off? I can't remember. I should have put it a time quote.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but she's pregnant and they need money.
Was that before? No, it was before because I can't remember what his name was. It was like, did you need any condominiums? And he's like, don't you any? And then they got pregnant like 2 scenes later. Okay,
so she's pregnant and they still need money because babies are expensive.
Yeah.
So he sells his car to Polly, but he just hands him the key. We don't see him get any money for it.
Top tip: if you sell your car, get money first, and then give keys. Yeah. Here's my phone. Buy my phone off me. Can I have money?
No.
Oh.
There you go. And I have an extra fun. Yeah. Because Polly's like, if you need money, I'll give you money. He's like, no, I don't need money. Then he hands him the keys of the car and walks off. I was like, well, did Polly buy the car or not?
And then he's like...
Because then at the end, he has the car again. Okay, whatever. Never mind. Too much car. Let's go. That's enough of Rocky. It's pouring down again.
It's the same rain as last week.
It's England, so it's always raining.
It was in Portugal when we went.
Maybe not. Shut up. So we cut to Apollo Creed. Who's like reading hate mail, which is basically the comment section
of our videos.
Of the past is like, they all hate me.
They all hate me.
I need to prove them wrong. And his wife's like, who cares?
Like,
they're just haters. He's like, no, I need to prove.
Like,
that I'm better than him.
His wife is a modern adaptation of like the Reddit white knights. So like, haters gonna hate, so I'm gonna do it anyway.
She's Taylor Swift.
She
wrote a song
got so
about
much
it.
sass, and I love it. Whereas he's like, I keep getting these comments.
Yeah.
I'm like...
So he wants a rematch, and he launches like a campaign to get Rocky to agree to a rematch by saying that Rocky is shit on TV. And that's we learned this like about an hour in. So the first hour of the movie is just Rocky spending money, not having money, getting pregnant. Getting Adrian pregnant.
He's getting pregnant.
They're pregnant.
Yeah.
So those couples, they say, we're pregnant. And needing money.
And then she goes back to work at the store.
Like, this movie, she goes back to the pet shop. But this movie takes like an hour to get going. The first hour is so slow.
Essentially, the first hour is like, hey, let's just go back to where we were. Do you know what? This whole entire movie is like, right, we've got up to this point, but it makes no sense. So we're going to make it so he goes back to how he was to do it all over again.
Because, like, obviously the second movie is going to be a rematch. Obviously.
No, they could have done it. They could have done it in a flip. Because I haven't watched Rocky 3. I don't know if this is what happens, but he could have trained up someone, or the child that he had was like 18 years in the future, and then
that's not what's gonna happen. Just spoiler alert.
Come on, it's.
From the first.
You spoiled it for me. I've only had since 1989 to watch it.
When they're in the hospital, Apollo's like, "I want a rematch. I want a rematch," and then Rocky's like, "No," and then we have an hour of him doing nothing and then accepting a rematch. You know what I mean? It's like...
do you know what it is? Do you know on YouTube, you don't get paid unless you're at 10-minute mark?
Yeah.
So the first 5 minutes is pure padding. And then the rest of it is like, okay, this is content. And clickbait. Wow!
So Apollo's like releases a bunch of
what
TV
is it
ads.
your problem with clickbait?
I don't like clickbait. Apollo released a bunch of ads on the, like, I think they has one on TV, and I forgot, because Rocky is working at the gym now, on the boxing gym. He's like helping out, cleaning and stuff, and he walks in and there's like a newspaper with an ad with Apollo holding like a chicken with Rocky's ad on it.
Which is foreshadowing for a little bit later on where he runs after a chicken.
Sure, I don't think that they meant that as foreshadowing, but sure. I think it was just...
Sylvester Stallone is a great director. Don't you worry.
Rocky is a chicken. I mean, maybe it could be. I don't know. But yeah, I think he also puts an ad on, like, TV or whatever. So Mickey is like, no, this is unacceptable, Rocky. He goes to Rocky's house and like, you need to train because you're going to beat that guy.
And then Rocky's like, nah. It's like, I've got this really good job. I'm cleaning people's spit up each day. It's great.
I'm fine. And then what throws him over the edge? Because at first he's not that really bothered by it.
What throws him over the edge is when Adrian is giving birth. And
because like even before that he starts training, but she's like, I don't like this.
He starts training.
He's not in it though.
But he's not in it to win it. And it wasn't until turned around and started saying, it said one phrase.
No, what makes him accept it though? Because at first he says no still. Oh my god, my notes are so bad. I'm sorry, I apologize.
My notes are terrible.
You don't have any notes.
Exactly.
Anyway, something throws him over the edge. He's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Maybe it's the money. Could be it. We're so terrible at this. I'm blaming you. At least I have some notes. You don't have any. I'm blaming you.
You're the host.
Still, you could have remembered the... I watched the movie.
You could have remembered a movie you've watched when you were sleeping and you fell asleep.
I made notes right after I watched Rocky 1, which was like a week ago, so the movie's not super duper fresh. Oh. Is that a good excuse? No. Let's move on.
You're not getting away with this.
So Rocky's not in the game. His head's not in training because Adrian does not approve, and we get it's not a montage quite yet, but like it switches between Apollo and Rocky doing like the same exercises, And Apollo's like being really good at it, and Rocky's being trash.
Rocky's like, he's skipping and he's hitting his ankles and he's like,
skipping like really slow, can't hit a boxing thing.
And then Apollo's going.
Yeah. So basically, Rocky's screwed. But then, because Paulie is not an asshole at all, he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's a big asshole.
He goes to talk with his sister in the pet shop, trying to get her on Rocky's side or whatever.
But it's like, I know you're having a kid and all that, and I know that...
I know he might be going blind.
Yeah, and I know he might get really badly injured, but can you stop being a bitch?
Can you stop being a bitch?
And then...
you're stressing me out. I'm going to have the baby right here, right now.
And I bet he went, okay, I wish I didn't.
And he does look like genuinely concerned for her when she like passes out, kind of, a little bit, just a little bit. He's still an asshole. I still don't like Polly. They could like kill Polly off, and I'm like, fine, nobody cares. So they go into the gyms like, Rocky, your wife's dead. No, your wife's in the hospital.
Rocky, your wife's dead.
The end. No, your wife's sick, and they go to the hospital, and we see him waiting outside, and then the doctor comes in. Your baby's fine, but your wife is in a coma. And then we see Adrian, and she's like just sleeping. Why is she in a coma? She doesn't have she could have like a breathing tube to make it look more like she needs hospital. But like, I don't know.
Not only that,
anything.
Not only that, as in Rocky, Sylvester Stallone's like, right, I've got to make this very emotional. So what happens if I just sit here looking very bored and aimless for hours?
Because like, there's no monitors monitoring her, like her heartbeat, or, like her brain function, or, like if she's breathing. She could be dead probably now.
In the 70s, would they have... Yeah, no.
Surely there has to be something. They probably have breathing tubes and like breathing stuff and like check the heartbeat.
Well, they might have said, okay, we've got all these machines, but it's going to cost you $10,000 per use.
Well, that's what the budget,
and
the bigger budget.
That's what the budget went.
So like
the budget all went on hospital.
It's like she's in a coma, but why? We don't know why she's in a coma. We know she gave birth a month before she was supposed to.
Well, in the movie they said there was issues during birth.
Yeah, what issues?
Okay. You could tell that he was a man directing it.
Like, what issues? He wrote also, like, there's issues.
It's like...
She's in a coma.
It's like... Women issues? Okay.
She's in a coma, like, her uterus fell out. We don't know. We're not sure. We're hospital. We have no idea what's going on.
It's like I can see the whole crew being like, fucking out so loud. The whole crew.
That's Rocky's fish.
The Rocky's fish tank. The whole crew's probably reading it and going, okay. Female issues, fine. I haven't got a fucking clue. And then every person now, we watch back and go, okay.
Yeah, like, nobody knows what's going on.
We have no idea what's going on.
So he goes to the chapel because visiting hours are over.
That's really loud.
It is, isn't it? That's really loud.
It's a fucking fish tank.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
It's gone. Okay. Where was I? Oh, so visiting hours are over. He goes to the chapel to pray because he's a good Catholic.
And he's there at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then someone comes along and says...
And then Mickey comes along.
Someone comes along and is like, you know...
Dude, you need to snap out of it, otherwise you're gonna get killed. And he's like, I don't care.
No, he said it's 3 a.m, and I'm like... when I was watching, I was like, you're here?
Yes.
It's like, why aren't you asleep?
Why is it 3 a.m. anyway? Like, such a weird hour to pick. Because I'm sure visiting hours don't close at like 2 a.m. It's like probably like... After 9, they're like, no more visitors.
Like
even earlier than that.
Like, please fuck off.
So Mickey comes in.
Didn't he say, I'll be really quiet?
Yeah, but then she said no, sorry. And then he asked if they have a chapel. Or church.
So...
I think.
So hospitals have churches?
I think some do. Because, like, Not like a big church, but like a
yeah,
chapel.
but that church wasn't fucking small.
No, that was a really big church. But like,
they just had an extension of a church.
The only hospital that I'm familiar with is Grey Islam Memorial, which is the hospital from Grey's Anatomy. And they do have a chapel. It's a very small one, not like huge like this one, but they do have a chapel. What? Why are you laughing? It's a very serious.
The only hospital
serious...
I know is from a TV show.
It's true. Why would I know a hospital enough to like know if they have a chapel or not?
I don't know.
Anyway, so this one has like a huge chapel for some reason.
Because when they're building it, like, right, we're going to make an extension.
Well, maybe it's like
what a weird thing to say. It's like, can I have an extension of a church?
Yeah, they're in Philadelphia, right? So maybe
they're very
where
Christian.
where the hospital is built, there's a lot of Catholics and Christian people.
Yeah.
So they built a big church. Makes sense. Oh my god, Pixie's here. And now she's scratching stuff. Okay. I forgot where I was again.
Pixie is the best cat.
What was I talking about? Mickey. Mickey shows up and like, if you don't train, you're gonna get yourself killed. But if you want to stay here, I'll stay here with you. So he just sits down and stays with Rocky, which I think was very nice. I like Mickey.
I like Pixie. Pixie is cool cat though.
Okay. I like Mickey. Anyway. Adrian wakes up. Adrian! She wakes up. They're bringing the son, the baby, which is a very hairy baby. It's like a lot of hair.
That's so strange.
A lot of hair. Apparently I had a lot of hair when I was a kid. When I was a baby, my aunt would call me a sewer rat. And that's the truth. I looked like a sewer rat.
Can I call you that?
A very hairy sewer rat. Yeah, but apparently that's the baby was actually Sylvester Stallone's son. Which makes sense, you know, saving that money. Or making that money, I'm not sure.
Or was it you?
Was it me? No, I wasn't born yet.
The sewer rat.
This sewer rat wouldn't be born until 1997. So Adrian wakes up. They see the movie. They see the baby. Because Rocky's like, I want to wait for you to wake up so we could see the baby together.
You should have seen me when I was a baby.
Why?
I had a massive round head with blonde hair.
Okay.
And now I have a very... There's a Pixie.
Hello, Pixie. She's sticking her head in the Doritos. I'm pretty sure like the mic picked that up. Anyway, where was I? I keep forgetting where I am. Oh, Adrian wakes up, they see the baby, and Adrian is like, you win. You hear me? You dumbass. You win.
Yeah, you win.
So Mika's like, what we're doing here for? Let's go train. And like, his wife just woke up. Maybe some family? No. So
he's like that old man who lives in the streets like, come on, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, I have emotions. He's like, what's that?
So we finally get to what we're waiting for. An hour and a half in. Same as the first movie. A training montage.
What do we think, Pix? Is it good? Do we have Pixie Balboa? I think we do have Pixie Balboa.
Whatever.
Pixie Balboa versus Timmy Creed.
No. So Timmy we have Creed a training montage.
Who wins?
Where we see him running, and then a kid starts running behind him, and then 5 more kids, and then by the time he gets to the rocky stairs,
hotels?
Yes,
just start running, and then the first one in line is Maddie.
Stop. And then we get to the rocky stairs, like 800 kids behind him, which is so ridiculous. Like, why? And we have like the music playing, and like the chorus.
I'm telling you exactly
the
why.
The chorus is also kids.
No,
it's like,
I'm telling you exactly why there was kids there.
Why?
So we need extras, and we can't. We're officially not allowed to pay them. So let's save the budget.
It's just so stupid. Why would 800 kids just start running behind him? Like having a kid run with him for a little bit, fine. But like 800 kids just running behind him. Then he gets again like to the top of the steps, and he's like celebrating.
When he's directing it, he's
it's so ridiculous.
He had Stallone directing, and he's like, I can't stop these kids annoying me in my fucking my production. Oi, come over here, just run after me for a bit. It's great fun.
It's so stupid. Like, it makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
It's hilarious though. Like,
it's great. I love it. Do you know what it is? It's one of those scenes that it's like they improve on the original.
Does it?
Just because it's so outrageous, and I love it.
I mean, I don't see how that's an improvement of the original, but okay. If you say so.
What do we think, Pixie?
Pixie? Okay then. Great commentary. Great commentary by Pixie. So, training montage. The highlight of the movie, of course. It's not a Rocky movie without training montage and music and over the top. And then we get to the night of the fight. And Adrian is not going to be seeing him live because she's staying at home with the baby.
No.
And Paulie's staying out to help with the baby. I'm not sure how Paulie would ever help with the baby.
I was just thinking the exact same.
It's like, no, he's not going to do anything.
Do you know what else I'm thinking of?
No.
I'm scared. I have a pixie barricade.
There you go. That's better.
Good pixies. I told you the best cat.
I feel like if the only thing that's gonna happen if the baby like cries or needs a diaper change is Paulie yelling at Adrian to go do it. It's like, it's not gonna help.
It's not that. It's probably the fact that Rocky's like, we can't actually have him there this time. Please can we not bring him? He'll get too drunk.
Yeah.
He'll just start a fight.
Yeah.
And then he'll win.
There you go. So
are we saying that Rocky's shit compared to someone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Paulie's shit.
Oh, okay.
So Rocky gets back into his car. We don't know if that's still Paulie's car or if Paulie gave it back. Nobody knows. And Pixie is in front of the mic.
I've got a Pixie barricade again.
Yeah. And so he drives. We think he's driving to the arena, but actually goes bother the priest in the middle of the night, like yelling at him to give him a blessing. Hey,
give me a blessing, yeah.
And the priest does so in Italian, so nobody knows what he's saying, which is good. And then he goes to the arena, which he's late for apparently. And we start to fight. He prays again. He does a lot of praying. And then we start to fight between Rocky and Apollo Creed. Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Can I just say, Apollo Creed looks much more in shape than Rocky.
Yeah.
He has like shit ton of muscles, and Rocky's like a bit too lean. Like, it doesn't look like he could take... He takes a punch. He takes lots of punches, but doesn't look like it.
I'm trying to... There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Pixie as a headerist.
Yeah.
No, do you know the thing I find is when watching it is like, I think this is where all the budget went with that slow-mo, like, do you know at the end of the fight, the slow-mo. Yeah. I think that's where the budget went.
Maybe.
To be fair, that slow-mo does actually look quite good.
It does, yeah. But like, we can totally see that Apollo has like a whole different attitude.
Yeah.
He's not like shouting at people, I want you, dressed as Uncle Sam. I don't know why I did that in the Sylvester Stallone accent. But whatever. So he's taking it seriously now.
Yep.
And they start to fight. Rocky falls in twice. So gets knocked down twice in like the first 2 rounds. And then he says, I'm not getting knocked down again.
Well,
so they start like skipping
especially as like every other character is repeated. They want to knock you down in the first round.
Yeah.
And then
right, because Apollo said he would knock him down.
Like, it would draw first round.
Yeah,
and then
he would win by the 3rd round.
And so he's like, right, I'm not gonna, as long as I don't get knocked down. He's basically playing the marathon, and Apollo is playing the sprint.
Yes,
and we know who wins.
Yes, Well, before we
tell the results of a 30-year-old movie.
Is it 30 year?
Yeah, 40.
40 year. Yeah.
Because it's 40 because 2020.
Yes, that's right. Where were we? Oh yeah, so Rocky says, I have my nose got broken again, which he seems very upset about.
He keeps breaking his fucking nose.
Apollo keeps breaking his nose. And then he says, I'm not getting knocked down again. So they speed up a little bit, the rounds, until we get to is the slow motion the 14th round or the last round? It's one of the last rounds. So we see, like, the Apollo team is like, just keep away from him and you'll win, because he's been winning all the rounds. So basically, if Apollo stays away and, like, just kills time, he'll win. For sure. Because we've been hearing that. And the round goes to Apollo. And the round goes to the champion again. So Apollo's winning. So if he was smart, he was just like, keep away. But he isn't, because he wants to knock down Rocky. So they start punching each other in slow motion. Until finally, Rocky makes a comeback as a southpaw. And punches Apollo really hard in slow motion. They fall in slow motion. Both of them fall.
It's like, before this, did movies do this very often? You know, that slow-mo replay, bam shot?
I don't know. I mean, probably.
They probably did.
Yeah. So they both fall down very, very slowly. And then they try to get up. And very, very slowly.
It's like, 1,
yeah,
2,
Rocky, get up, 3, and then like there's clawing at the ropes, trying to get back up.
Imagine if this wasn't actual slow mo.
Yeah.
Just think how ridiculous this would be.
I mean,
action.
I'm pretty sure they played it like that. To be fair, they didn't like try to get up normally. I'm pretty sure they were like.
It's so over the top and ridiculous.
And Apollo sits down, is like defeated.
The very first Rocky, that fight looked like a genuine, like if it was on today, like, okay, this is fine, but the second one looks so over the fucking top.
No, it doesn't. And some of the punches don't look like they actually hit.
It really doesn't.
So I don't think they're actually like hitting each other anymore.
I think they've given up at that point.
I wouldn't say they gave up, but like they're like protecting themselves a bit more. Like I'm a film star. I'm a movie star now. Let's keep the face pretty. I think that was it.
Maybe that's where the 5 million went.
To keep the face pretty? What?
No. Botox.
What? Botox? I'm pretty sure they don't have Botox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe. So we're at second 8, and they're still trying to get up.
Yep.
And then 9, and like Rocky's on his knees.
Begging.
And then 10, he like jumps up. And he wins. It was very like... That was weird.
It was very anticlimactic.
I wouldn't say it was anticlimactic, because the fact that he did win was like... pretty cool. But like it was... It kind of sounded like there should have been more of a tie.
You say that it was pretty cool. Like, they aren't going to copy what they did in the first movie.
It looked like for a bit he was going to lose again.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, until he knocked down Apollo. Like, I'm pretty sure he was going to lose.
Yeah.
And he knocked down Apollo. Like, and then they take 5 years to get up. No, it's like I feel like Rocky winning on the 10 seconds was just a tiny bit dodgy. I feel like they should have him get up like on the 9, so like for sure he wins, and Apollo's down. I don't know.
Do you know what I think should have happened? They both got up on like the 3.
Yeah.
And they are a bit wobbly.
Yeah. And then Apollo falls again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've been
worse. And then you'd have heard that movie soundtrack, the movie sound effect.
No, that would be so much worse. No, so. Oh my god.
I want my shit Rocky moment.
No. That is not gonna happen.
You can't catch me, Rocky. Bam.
No.
Yeah, can I have that?
No. I did no.
Tell me why I can't have my shit Rocky moment.
Not gonna happen. So Rocky wins.
Coming to a documentary near you.
And then no, stop it. And then I've said Rocky wins like 15 times. Rocky wins on the dodgy 10th second.
16th.
So Rocky wins.
The 17th.
And we hear the score, that amazing score playing. And copyright. No more. It's amazing. That score is so good. It really is. I love that song.
So who wins?
Rocky wins.
Rocky wins, number 19.
No, that was 18th.
Wrong. I'm adding one to it. It's
Rocky
inflation.
wins.
I'm taxing you.
This one was 19th. That score is so good. I love the theme, and I love the copyright. It's good. It's so good. When the music came out, like Rocky wins, you're happy, but then the music comes on,
you're even more
and you're
happy.
like pumped that Rocky won.
Do you know
so 21st, 21.
Like, watching this whole movie through, I'm just like, boring. And at the end, I'm like, best movie of all time.
Yeah. Like, the last
Why could they
30
not?
minutes are so good. So amazing.
So,
okay, let's get to the end and then we'll talk a bit.
So at the very end, we get the credits.
Stop it. No. So Rocky wins.
22.
We have the scar, and then they do a little interview with him, and he thanks his trainers, and then thanks God, and then says that this is the best thing apart from his son getting born, which I think was very nice. It was very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Mm. And then he says, Yo, Adrian! It's like, why not just thank his wife?
Yo, Adrian!
No, I did it. Yo, Adrian! I did it! And then that ends. Like, why not just thank his wife? It's over the top. Yo, Adrian! I did it.
And to be fair, if Apollo would have won it would have been so boring. It was like, and I thank my trainer, and my this, and my that, and
no,
then...
there wasn't... I mean, we saw when he won.
Yeah. No, this
Rocky
is... No,
still sold the show, saying...
No, that's what would have happened the next time. As in, Rocky's like, oh, okay, I'm still shit. And then he would have came along and like, just pulled the camera across, goes, hey, Ian, I did this for you.
Yeah,
and he's got like, he can't fucking see, and he's screwed. I'm sure he has to have gone blind.
On the next one, he has to be blind. Otherwise, it's just... Probably not. Because, like, the quality does decline quite a bit with third and, like, fourth. So he's probably have, like, a bionic eye in the next one.
A bionic eye in the 70s.
I think there's, like,
that
a
sounds
robot.
Terrible.
One of the movies has a robot. I don't know if this is the third or the fourth. I'm serious.
It has a robot.
One of them has a robot. Like a butler robot that Polly might or not have sex with. It was like weird.
Oh,
okay.
No.
That's for next week, or maybe the week after. I can't remember if it's in the third or fourth.
He had sex with a robot.
Maybe. Probably. So, the roast credits. What will we think of the movie overall?
There was no sex robots.
Stop it. You didn't know that.
I do now and I can't unsee it. It's too funny.
You need to unsee it.
Yeah, that's
I like the movie. It's so slow getting on with it. The first hour.
You don't like the movie. You like the last half an hour of the movie.
No, I like the last 3 minutes of the movie.
So you like 1/4 in the movie, and the other 3/4 is
the end
terrible.
is so good though. That first hour is like ridiculously long. I'm like, oh my god.
You can't like a movie and say oh, by the way, the first part of it is absolutely shit, but from then it's really good.
Once they get going with the plots, it's good. And then the last half an hour is great. It's amazing.
So what are you going to give it, like a 5 out of 10?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The first one is a 9 out of 10. The second one's like a 7 out of 10. Fine, a 6 out of 10.
Even if the last half an hour is 10 out of 10, the first section...
We need to come up with our own rating system.
I said out of 11.
No.
Yep.
7 dinosaurs out of...
No. It's 11.
11 dinosaurs out of... How many dinosaurs out of 11 dinosaurs?
You have...
Dinos. I'll give it 7. If it's out of 11, I'll give it 7 dinos then.
7 dinos out of 11 dinos.
The first one is like 9 dinos. No, then that's too much for the second. The second one is 6 dinos.
And so the first one is...
9 dinos.
Out of...
11 dinos.
So, if you'd have taken the word dinos out, what does it make?
Saurs? What?
No, if you said 9 dinos out of 11 dinos. If you got rid of the word dinos...
7 out of 11? 7-11?
No.
I'm very confused. 9-11? Oh! 9-11! Go watch our 9-11 episode, please, on Anchor or YouTube. Maybe coming soon to Spotify, we'll see. I finally got it. I'm very
organized.
Smart.
And you're very organized.
I'm not slow at all when you try to make a reference to something. I get them always right away. So yeah, 9 dinos out of 11 dinos. And 6 dinos out of 11 dinos for me, for the second one.
So you have like half the pen full of dinos and the other half is now dead because of you.
What?
In my imaginary pen out of 11 dinos, you've killed nearly half of them. 5
dinos for the second one, sure. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're a monster.
I'm a monster.
Adrian is a monster.
So yeah, the first why is so slow. What about you? How many dinos?
First half. Do you know what the problem is? They could have easily split it off into 2 movies.
No, they could have easily taken out half an hour from the second one.
Okay, they had 2 options.
Because splitting into the second one and splitting into movies, like, no.
You can.
How? It's just one of those movies is going to be just a bore fest of just him cleaning meat off the ground with a fedora. And like Adrian being disapproving and like working in the pet shop. Like, how is that interesting? An hour of that was too much.
They could have made a TV show called Rocky Real Life and then see what he does in his normal day-to-day life.
No.
Or they could have done option number 2, cut half the fucking movie and make it decent.
They should have, like, the first 5 minutes of the movie are completely useless. That hour...
Okay,
the
fair
first
enough.
hour should have been cut in half.
If we break it down into segments, that first bit of the repeat,
yeah,
get rid.
Yes.
Ambulance bit, fine. Then you've got him coming out of the hospital.
Him proposing, like they're getting married, fine.
Yeah, fine. And then you could have literally just done like a speed marathon of like him. Like all they needed, they didn't need.
Like we didn't need like the shopping montage. Like here's the car and the fur coat.
Do you know what they could have easily done? They could have like ran into like a shopping mall or something, then came out with load of stuff.
Yeah.
Brought a car and then done.
Yeah, and then like.
And when they brought the house, they could have just.
I think we could have skipped the meat house, slaughterhouse job. I think they could have put him like straight into him helping out in the gym. Like wiping up spit and whatever.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have had your meat cleaning fedora.
I could live without the scene with him cleaning meat off the floor.
Could you? Could you really?
Yes, I could. I do not need that in my life. Sylvester Stallone cleaning meat off the floor with a fedora on.
Oh please! I know we don't do it. I know we don't do it. But can we please have that as the logo for this episode? A silhouette of.
No, you can put you can put a fedora on the dinosaur if you want. That's all I'll let you do. That's it. You can put a fedora on it.
Cleaning meat with a broom with they have little hands, so they've got a really long broom.
And the fedora on. Yes. I mean, why did he have a fedora on? It makes no sense.
Because
it makes no sense.
I'm telling you why it does. I'm telling you why it does make sense.
It does not.
Because Reddit wasn't invented back then, so fedoras were normal. It wasn't for creepy guys online like, tip my fedora, my lady.
Okay.
If you're one of those guys, please, just stop. And make a silhouette of a dinosaur with a broom. With a fedora. Okay. And the dinosaur opening its mouth going... And on that note, if I had to gave it out of 11, probably give it a 7/11.
Like when I said 7/11, I'm like, seriously, 7?
Yeah, no, because that's my fucking... That's mine. That's my result.
I hate you. You're so annoying.
Well, Tim, what would you give it?
Okay, then.
Okay, cheers, Tim.
Thank you, Tim, for that lovely commentary.
I heard on
very insightful.
I heard on the grapevine we're not doing it out of dinosaurs. It's out of swans.
No,
and there's only
I
one.
refuse. I refuse to do swans.
One swan out of 10.
Unless it's Barbie and the Swan Lake, which that probably exists. I'm pretty sure that's a movie.
Yeah, but there's also a thing called Barbie and the Nutcracker, and that sounds like shit.
It's a great movie.
It's
a great movie.
It sounds like shit.
It is a great movie.
If you name your movie Barbie and the Nutcracker, you are wrong.
Why are we talking about Barbie? This is the Rocky Month.
Yeah, because, well, talking about toys, right?
Did Rocky have toys? We should investigate. They probably had, like, some toys sold.
Not too sure. But talking about toys, make sure you tune in next month, because that's my time to shine with Toy Story.
We should probably advertise that on the last episode of Rocky Month, so people remember it.
No, because a month is too long.
Okay.
So
that's our Rocky 2.
I would have given Rocky II a 7 possible dinos in a pen out of 11.
Okay.
And you would have given it a
6 dinos
out of a possible 11 in a pen.
Yes. So that's our Rocky II take. Our lovely conversation, very insightful.
And so next week when we do
totally
Rocky,
knew everything about it.
Yeah, and next week when we do Rocky III, find out what we think. Because is it going to be good?
Maybe. Subscribe. Smash that like button if you're on YouTube.
Hey! It's only taken 3 weeks for Rita to turn around to say smash that fucking like button.
Listen on the
I
Anchor.
haven't sworn this entire time, so I just have to make sure I click that explicit title.
Okay. Oh, I forgot what to listen on Anchor app and any other apps that we might be available.
And we might also be available on social media if Tim has made the accounts and given us a password.
Yeah, we're trying to get on social media. We're trying to get on different listening apps. It's getting there. And that's it. That's our Rocky II episode.
Just as a little thing, Pixie is currently by the door, looking really sad because she wants to go out.
It's raining.
Yeah. It's been raining for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. See you next week with Rocky III.
Bye.
Adrian! What?